Welcome in, beautiful souls. I was on a meditation this morning in the forest, and Spirit was showing me certain decks here from the Ancestors deck, this deck here, and then one of my personal decks. They also were showing me from this deck the word mocking, and so I'm going to get right into this. I'm not really sure what the message that they want to bring here. So I did bring out a few decks that they were asking about here. And these fell out onto the floor. So we have Ships of Light. We have Travel. We have Sacred Mountain. We have Universe. And on the bottom of the deck, it has Lemurian Egg and Manifest. I thought that was kind of interesting when they showed this, because I did a reading just not long ago, actually. I just uploaded it to my computer, getting it ready to put, to upload onto YouTube here, and that was all about manifesting. So I'm not sure if this is like some kind of continuation of that. I did the reading a few days ago, and I just got around to checking it out. Hold on a moment here. I just need to put this, the smoke is a little bit much right now. Oh, I didn't light a candle. Hold on, let me light that here. Let me find the lighter. Okay. Get that lit here. I'm not sure what the message is, other than them showing me the word mocking. So I have a feeling that you could be accelerating in your, like your gifts are like turning on, or you're having contact with galactic beings, or like, you know, contact with dragons and stuff like that. And then the people in your 3D world they could be mocking you, or ridicule, creating some kind of conflict or something for you. My hands are so dry. I had to put some cream on them. Okay. Okay, so they're asking me to put on my rings here. Okay. So I wanted to get right into this and find out, I pulled out a few decks here, and this one here, Suffering in Silence, and then this one that I pulled out has Anger. Well, I actually split this deck when I pulled it down. It's like irritated, angry, impulsive, disagreements, conflict, self-doubt, so when I was getting that word mocking, so I knew to bring out this deck, but I wasn't really sure what that mocking or what that could be about. Hold on, do you want another card here? Okay, so I think they just want me to split it here. Inner Child Attunement. Okay, you want me to shuffle this? Oh. Okay. Jeez, Spirit. I pulled out quite a few cards here. Vision of Unity. Crystal Child. Crystal Child. Okay, let's flip this one over too. Light Language. Yeah. Okay. Vision of Unity. Multidimensionality and Elders. This has a lot to do with, okay, so, I noticed that I know that the Ancestors wanted to come out here. They had me bring out this Ancestors deck, so I'm not surprised the Elders came out. Yikes. Just a lot of cards, Spirit. Okay, let's see here. You know, so this has a lot to do with your ancestors bringing some kind of information to you. You know, I think that you're going through some kind of upgrading or communication of some kind. Sacred mountains. I mean, you could have even recently been to some of these sacred places. I mean, you could even have been taken there during a meditation. You could have been taken there while you're in a dream state. You know, I just keep getting, like with this ships of light, that you're being visited. You know, with this universe card here too. Opening you up to something new here. You know, it's funny too, because when I go into meditation, sometimes when I was going through my healing process, and I know that they're showing, with this card here, they're showing it's the, what do they call that again? The crucible, maybe? I can't remember what they call that. You know, the wand that has the snakes that go up. You know, it's the, with the wings behind it, you know, the, it's Gabriel, not Gabriel, it's Raphael, healing, source spirit. I don't know what's going on. I think you're connecting with your ancestral line, and you might be talking about it, because multidimensionality, this is about going into different realms, right? Being able to go into these different realms. Okay, what's on the bottom here? Yeah, Sky Father, trust in the unknown. That's basically the universe, right? Sky Father. There's an eagle here. All right, let's just see. Okay, hold on. They're asking me, oh, look, just like I was saying here, like the medicine guardian, be open to healing information. See, he's holding this thing here, just like I was talking about, like with the elders. Raphael. Yeah, and Jesus. Look, in the mountains, they're bringing up the mountains again here. I try to split it on that, but it came out on this. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Yeah, they're talking about that manifesting again here. They're having me, they keep drawing me to this deck, so I'm going to stop with this right here and see what they want here. Okay, there's something here. Suffering in silence. Yeah, I noticed that they're showing these mountains again. Where's that? For 8. Okay, I could be seeing 1111. Fulfillment of wishes. Yeah, this is the Empress. You know what, I was thinking about the Empress when I was getting my tarot deck out. You know, the Empress is it's like all the queens, right? So this is for like, and the light card, I'm pretty sure this is the sun. Whoa, what's this? Oh my god, sovereignty. Okay, this deck is, it keeps like crystal child. Okay. Okay, so fulfillment of wishes, the ships of light, and then the fertility, which is the Empress. You know, I was even thinking, like, I don't know why I was thinking about the Empress. Hold on a moment. I feel like there's something else in this deck here. Divine Feminine. No kidding. Oh, that's interesting. Elven ones. These didn't pick up. What are these here? Dolphin Baby and Crystal Child. And then they also showed the card about the your inner child. I think you're doing so much healing and you're surpassing these people. But why are they mocking, Spirit? You know, and then abundance is on the bottom. So they're talking a lot about your abundance and your manifesting and your wish fulfillments here. Your shared space. I think this person is not happy, or whoever this person is not happy with. I mean, you could be like talking about this kind of stuff, right? And they don't like it. You know, when I was focusing in on this card here, I almost get the feeling. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just happened to. I got this. My guy was just like, "You're not filming," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm not filming." So for some reason, I got booted off or interrupted. But okay, so I pulled out some more cards here. So we have the fulfillment of wishes. So I think this is something that you've been working on. You've been wanting to connect. You've been wanting to advance your gifts. But whoever is around you that you're talking to, they are mocking you. I pulled out the Emperor card here and the High Priestess too. So the High Priestess is like very psychic, right? And very highly intuitive. And it's funny too because I got this instant like to check the camera to see if it was recording, and sure enough it wasn't. So I don't know how much what I was saying and what was really missed, but I pulled out the intuition and the authority card here, and the authority card is the Emperor. So we have the Empress and the Emperor here. And this card here, the Truth card, this has to do with judgment. And this card here is the Ace of Swords, which is about clarity and truth. So this is what I'm talking about is true. So I believe that whoever this person is that you're speaking to, or like I said earlier, I think when you're dreaming, perhaps that you could be speaking, like you could be going on these like astral travels in your sleep, and you could be communicating with energies in the universe, and this person that you're around could be experiencing this or hearing you, and you know they could be like mocking you because when I was doing my meditation, they showed me in my card deck here, the one I created, they showed me the word that's on one of my cards that says mocking on it. So I was like, oh, you want me to get that deck? So, but because they showed me the word mocking, and then of course they showed me this card here about the conflicts, and it's creating like self-doubt in you. It's irritating this person. It's making them irritated with you. But I know this healing is very important because I was talking about Raphael here. Okay, so there's more cards here. So it's whoever you share space with that has the issue with you. Divine Feminine. They have a lot of that out here because they have the Empress. They have the just hearing a weird noise. We have the High Priestess, and then we have the Emperor. So like I was saying, you could be male or female, it doesn't matter. But what I was saying is when these cards came out was definitely truth. So I think that's really what's going on here. You're expressing yourself in some way, and they're not liking it. Rising to Pleiadian frequencies, yeah. And I see this dove here, but you know, like, okay, so there's other cards here that I didn't turn over. We have dolphins again. What's this here? Know yourself. The multidimensionality. I think this person, that whoever it is that's in your life that you're sharing this information with, or you're expressing yourself to, they are angry about it or upset about it in some weird way. You know, because it did come out here with the Medicine Guardian. So, you know, and then the Great Teacher, and you see like this dove is flying from Jesus's hands. And then you have this dove here with rising to Pleiadian frequencies. And then it has like the light language here. So I think you could be talking, they might, you know, you might even actually be like, sound like you're talking in tongues when you're sleeping. But here this mountain is stand your ground. Because they do have this going to the sacred mountain here. They also have which be the light. Okay, so what else do you want here, Spirit? Summer, bask in joy and light. I'm pretty sure that they're talking about you being with your guardian angels. Yeah, because I was just thinking about how about all the feathers. And that when you're going into these, you're going into portals. I think you're going to be elevated in some way. Yeah, and I think that's what I was talking about, that you're going to go through, look, Skyfather again. I believe that you're going to be elevated. You're elevating faster than this other person is. Direction, guardian, choose your path. This is Cerebium. Angel with the 4 faces. Okay. You know, you have a lot of angels here. You have like, and you know, it's funny because when I split this deck earlier, before I started this reading, it split on Jesus and Mary Magdalene. learn from spiritual experiences. But whoever this person is that's in your life is not happy. Druid, hold the space. This person's trying to get you to not continue. The Shaolin Master. Okay, let's see what we have here. Heart Guardian. You know, there's Mary Magdalene. Love and let yourself be loved. Like I said, in this deck here, it was Jesus and Mary Magdalene. There she is right there. Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Hermit. Retreat and recharge. Yeah, and then Shed. Yeah, the snake. Yeah, they showed me a snake on my walk on my way back too. It was lying in the sun. It was the same snake that I saw the other day. And he was chunky. Chunky. Okay. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. Yeah, so when you're retreating and recharging, reflecting, continue your healing. Yeah, Wise One. Grow within your current situation. Yeah, Divine Feminine. I don't know what this person's problem is, but I don't know if it's just because they're jealous or I think they're afraid they're going to lose you or something. I keep checking the... Okay, is there a card in here, Spirit? The Death card, yeah. The ending of old relationships and starting anew. I knew that's what it was. They're afraid that you're going to move on without them. Oh my God, there's Raphael again. Isn't that interesting? Inquisitive energetic resources. Long distance communication. Yeah, see, it's almost like they're acting like you're, you know, because you're opening up to a new perspective and looking at things in a different way. Actually, that looks like Hermes. He's got the wings on his ankles. You know, see, there's like money falling here. Yeah, there's something here about your money, your abundance. You know, the deck just split here. Let's see. Sweet and pleasant girl to talk to. You know, this person could be cheating on you. And they're blaming you for it or something. That's weird. You know, because it has house here. Now see the swan here. The swan has a lot to do with transformations. You're going through something and they are not. And they don't like it. A dreamer, an idealistic who naively believes in miracles. This could be what they're saying to you. They could be trying to take your hope or something. They could be trying to stop you from believing or receiving your desires. Lonely, sensitive, sad, and responsive. They're making you doubt yourself. Oh, I just split on house again. This is definitely someone that lives in your house. This is somebody that's close to you. That's why, know thyself. Yeah, this has a lot to do with your plans and your dreams. So yeah, they're judging you. Just like the truth card over here, there's judgment. The truth is yours, but you weren't making the decision. You know, the scales here, some kind of, what is this person doing? New acquaintance, correspondence, new messages, any changes in situations here. You know, I noticed that they're talking about this dove. They keep showing me the dove, and they're bringing you messages. And this person is judging you. I don't know who this is. Yeah, enemies right behind this letter here. With loss behind it's a gambler. Yeah, I'm right back to angry again. The anger. It's about your gift. They don't like who and what you're communicating with. They're jealous of this. They feel like there's going to be an end of their relationship with you or something. So now they're judging you. We have judged, because we have judged twice here. This judgment here, they're being the judge and executioner. So they're causing like conflicts. Yeah. Be the leader. Yeah, look, we got travel again. So we have travel here with this dragon, and I just split the deck here, and it has this is like the stag, which is trust and thrive. This is a leader. The stag represents a leader, and then I split it on traveler, move in a new direction. Yeah, I think this person is very jealous here. Let me see what's in this here that you want. Yeah, they don't like you communicating, that's for sure. But you need to stand your ground and know thyself. Not allow this person to manipulate. Because I notice that they're bringing up like the letter and messages and that type of thing. You know, I even noticed that there's letters here falling. There's even letters here falling with this money. They're trying to bring you into some kind of abundance or something. Stopped on thought vibrations, resonant choices, signature signals. Okay, Spirit. Okay, what do you want here? Your personal guide, guardian angels, spirit family. That's why they wanted me to bring out the ancestors and angels deck here. And then you get the seraphim too. Like, you're being guided here by very powerful, currents of emotion, uncontrolled feelings. That's what you're dealing with. See this lightning that's going on here and all this turbulent water. You got a lot of turbulence going on here in your personal life, I think. Okay, so what's this here? Worthy. I know my own worth. Yeah, you see all these feminine here. I'm splitting it. The balance. Yeah, the balancing of these scales here at this judgment. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can fully offer my schedule to you so my life can be in balance. Let me take rest whenever necessary, trusting that one way or another, all needs will be met. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my own worth. Let me feel entitled to speak my truth with love. May I know that I deserve to be surrounded by those who value me. Yeah, you know, they're bringing up the truth a lot here. Well, I am filled with light. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my spirit is eternal and ageless. Let me release any old ideas of constriction or limitation. My whole being is filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine spirit. Yeah, I'm telling you, whoever this individual is here, they're not liking it. And it's causing a lot of issues in your life. Yeah, look at this. Soul appreciation. See the balancing, the heartfelt gratitude. They're trying to balance these scales here. See all the money? And then they got prosperity right underneath. Oh my God, and then there are more scales. See? So they're trying to figure out some kind of solution for you. I don't know what that is, though. Okay, you want some of these here? Okay, I'm only going to take half. Telling stories again. Okay, so is there anything here? Wanting justice. Yeah, they don't want you to embrace the change, but I think you're going to embrace the change nonetheless. Yeah, this person could even be begging and pleading with you. Okay, so what's this wanting justice, Spirit? Happenstance. You know, you could have actually, it says here, look, you deserve better. With the happenstance, this is somebody, you could have just stumbled upon something. You've got hummingbird, you know, talking a lot about the birds here. So the hummingbird has a lot to do with your vibration. I'm telling you, I think your vibration is much higher than this person. I think you stumbled on something that was like some kind of happenstance here. You stumbled on something. But it wasn't by accident, because your angels and your ancestors made it happen. Because they're like, and because it even has the worthy here, because you deserve better. They were patiently waiting for you so that this happened all in the right timing. Oh my God. I think they knew that you were on some kind of roller coaster. Yeah. It says empathy here, speak up, and having fun. You know, you could be enjoying your time with spirit. You could be enjoying this journey that you're on. And having some fun with it. And this person does not like it, whatever is happening here. Yeah, you're like, amazing. You're trying to tell them, like, this is amazing. I can't believe this is happening. This is amazing. Oh, breaking up. Yeah, like I said, you know, I think this person's afraid that you're going to leave them. You're going to walk away from them. It's, yeah, because you're transforming. Look, the phoenix. A little split on hummingbird again. Yeah, you're vibrating much higher than this person is. Unconditional love. That's what you have. This is not a genuine person. You're innocent. And you're blessed by the divine. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion. Power of silence. Yeah, you've been upgraded through the years. That's what's been going on. Yeah, this person's now could be giving you bad vibes. And we get hoping again. You know, that's there was another card here. Yeah, hope. And then you get hoping again. Yeah, this person could be in like a blind state. Like they're not awake. They might like living in their own self-misery. And they want you to be there. Makes my skin crawl. Oh, blind state again. Mocking. Look, just like I told you, the mocking. You notice that the two eyes here? They're mocking you while you're sleeping. When you're not looking, they're mocking you. Like I said, they're mocking you. I knew that. What is wrong with people? Ooh, yeah, you're elevated. The blind state come out again. Yeah. You've elevated because you're blessed by the divine. Yeah. You've been looking for the signs and you found them. And they're mocking you for it. Okay. Well. Yeah. Yeah, look, because you've been upgraded through the years. I just split it on that again. Yeah, you're constantly being upgraded, see. And that's why your energy is different from theirs. Let's see what else is here. Freedom. Moving on. Yeah, that's exactly what they're worried about, that you're just going to move on without them. Well, thought vibrations. Let's see here. Creativity. I honor my passions. Yeah, because they're talking a lot about your manifesting and abundance. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my deepest creative passions and needs. Help me value the talents you have given, both known and unknown. Yeah, so you're doing these spiritual things, and this person does not like it. Discernment, trusting your plan. Grant me discernment and detachment when they're needed most. May I honor my feelings deeply, then fully let go, trusting your plan. You know, this is, I think, is what this person is not liking so much. That the fact that you know your worth now. You know your strength. And you're leaning on yourself, not this other person anymore. Or not as much, maybe. And they don't like it. It's upsetting them. Okay, so what's in here? The prayer. Yep. The prayer. Exactly. Okay, Spirit. The womb. You know, there's that divine feminine, bringing all that creativity. Caros. I cannot remember what that one is. The Hunter. The Pilgrim. This is taking that journey to find self. Look, and then you get the Mother here with the pearl. Mother with the womb here. And the Poet. This is being, you see she's got like this crystal ball here. Yeah, notice that the snake is here too. Okay. I think there's another one. Oops. Hold on, it hit the floor. Let me grab that. The Mentor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Mentor. It's because you're looking at teachers and mentors and stuff like that. You're following your intuition and you're using your wisdom. And this person does not like it. You know, you might have been the one, because this is like the sustainer. You could have been the one that's always been sustaining the relationship. Yeah, because I think you're getting visions too. You know, I think you were the one that was always sustaining the relationship, putting all the effort in, but now you're not putting as much effort into this other person. I think you're putting it more into, yeah, they feel like you're leaving them behind, like you're like the orphan, right? Keep splitting it on Mother. Is there another card in here, Spirit? The Temple, yeah. The Creator. The Sword. Yeah, again, this is what's going on. You are connecting, and, you know, this is all about the truth. The Creator. This again, I mean, we have, like, I don't know how many times that, you know, like the Creator has come out here. The Temple of Self. Yeah, your flame, your passion. Okay, I wasn't going to take that. You know, they brought out your inner child a couple times too. Yeah, you could be going through some kind of storm here. I need to look up the Hunter and this one here. Let's see, there's a message here. Let me see what the message is. Caros. I think that has to do with like the universe, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. Yeah, these are the initiation cards here. So you're being initiated into something more. This person feels very threatened by you. So you should be very careful. Because when people are threatened and angry, they become very unstable. Caros. We have all had the experience of timelessness of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as the mythic time. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness. And you know what? It was patiently waiting for you. And the happenstance, like I said, nothing ever happens. Something's been put in front of you for a purpose. Our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of the inner knowing and not a moment longer. Yeah, this is all about alignment. Shh. Patiently waiting. Yeah, because it's almost like, yeah, there's something about justice about this death card here. Because when I said that this person is afraid of losing you, it's going to be the death of a relationship, the end of a relationship, and you're going to be starting a new. And then there's like the wanting justice here. And then like the storm is here. The shapeshifter. Yeah, you've changed. You've gone through a lot of upgrades, and you know, I know some moving on right underneath this death card, but you're being supported with this healing, wish fulfillments. You have the great teacher Jesus here with the prayer, and the divine the Empress. Okay, so what's the hunter? I mean, I'm assuming the hunter is exactly what that means. So this person could be the hunter. So let me double check that. I want to make sure before I say anything. Jeez, I fed my dog and her belly is just like the grumblies and the goings on here. Why can't I find this page? What's going on? Yeah, it's like it was trying to hide from me here. Okay, the hunter, the seeker, the pursuer, the predator. The hunter hunts. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eye. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. And I was just talking about my dog, stomach gurgling and going on. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-oriented. Like the great hunting goddess Armides, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting? Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? This is for this trip here. And notice how like they have it so it's like, and it goes to the pilgrim, because the pilgrim is where, you know, you travel to the temple to seek a mentor. The creator, the sword of truth, the flame, the passion. double check that sword card too. I want to make sure, because the sword is a weapon, right? And it comes out like right under the hunter here. So check, make sure it's still recording. Thank God. I always know when these messages are very important for somebody because I'll get interference. The initiations. Okay, what's going on here? Maybe I saw the wrong number. The sword. Oh, 232. Yeah, I did too, yeah. Sheesh, getting hot in here. I get so hot when I'm doing these readings that feels like my skin's like burning off, right? Even in the winter. So it's either like I'm always at two different extremes. Like I'm either like I got full body chills or my body's very hot. It's really weird. The knife, the blade, the weapon. Yeah, it's separating one reality from another. Okay, so it requires a clear and decisive mind, willingness to act. Okay. Yeah, so someone that is just kind of onlooking here, that's just looking in, like they could be like, this is very hasty or violent or like, carrying the sword, right? But the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. The moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. I think you're going through a separation phase or something. And that's why this person, that I knew that because they kept showing me like this anger card. Is there anything else, your spirit? Yeah, new beginning, fool on the bottom. Oh, what's this? There's more than one card here. The Ace of Wands is illumination. This is your consciousness. These are like some new ideas too. Ability to manifest. They keep bringing up about your manifesting. Look, it'll happen when you start this new beginning. And I notice he's holding this rose, right? And these roses have a lot to do with Mary Magdalene. I think there's a feather in his hair too. Oh, what's this? King of Swords. A little more. There's another sword. Yeah, with the King of Swords, this has a lot to do with the intelligence and using your logic. And I noticed that they have the Emperor here too. And the Emperor, in certain situations, the Emperor card could be like a narcissist, right? Yeah, they're pointing out this rose to me too. I see like they're showing me these two dark black animals. The King of Swords is a lot of like, he rules, right? He rules and passes like the laws. And this could be what like what the judgment cards are about. You know, I'm starting to think this emperor is more like on the heavy-handed, narcissistic type of, I don't like using that term so much, you know what I mean? But because of the way this reading is, ooh. Okay, Spirit, jeez, what's going on here? So we have this Knight of Cups. You know, this is about more love coming in. You know, I see that he has these, is that wings on his helmet? Kind of like Hermes? No, I think it's what's in the background just gives that appearance. You know, this is a unicorn too. You know, the unicorns and the dragons always seem to be coming out together, but I know that, yeah. You know, the Six of Cups has a lot to do with nostalgia too, right? I mean, he could be trying to give gifts to her here. Has a lot to do with the inner child. It could also have to do with things from your past. I really think it has to do with the nostalgia. You could be going through, thinking a lot of these, because I know they were bringing up the inner child and they were showing the house a couple times too. So there could be something that's going on now that's giving you flashbacks or something. I mean, the Knight of Cups has a lot to do with having a passionate soul too. And I notice that they have like the flame here, which is about your passion. And the bottom is Seven of Wands. Protecting yourself, your self-expression. Eight of Cups, yeah, walking away. That's what's going on. You're wanting to walk away from this situation here. Okay, is there anything else here, Spirit? Okay, so what do you want for the clarifier for under the Ace of Wands here? Ace of Wands is all about your creativity and your ability to manifest. Yeah, Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords, she has no problem, like, cutting things out. Like, cutting things out that no longer serve her. You know, and it comes out here, you know, and you also have, you know, the Queen of Swords, too. They tend to, like, they have such intelligence, right? The fact that you're speaking your truth. Yeah, this person does not like what you're saying. They don't want to hear it. But you want this new beginning here. Yeah. I think you need some rest. I noticed they've been bringing up needing rest. I think you need a break from this person, from this energy. I think this person's been mocking you way too long. Yeah, Four of Discs here. This is like celebration and joining with people that are like you. So this is like Pentacles in this deck, right? So Four of Pentacles is finding stability, having savings. There's a lot to do about accepting your worth, because I know they have the worth over here. Okay, what do you want for under this King of Swords? You know, notice that, you know, the Queen and the King of Swords both came out here. The Five of Cups, yeah, this King is crying over spilt milk here. Well, the Queen of Cups in the bottom. You know, see this little world here that she's trying to create here. Doing the healing. I think this queen here is leading with her heart. That's what the love is all about here. You get the lovers on the bottom. This could be a lover. It's using like nostalgic. Yeah, look, we got the Sun card again. And the Star. And the Six of Wands. Whoa. The Sun and the Star. I think this is something that Spirit's going to be very happy. So I noticed that they brought the Sun, like this light card. This in this tarot, this is this light card. This also represents Sun too. So you have Sun out here twice. So this is highly favored. Whatever it is that you're doing or leaving behind. Look, the Eight of Cups again. Yeah, you're leaving this behind. You're leaving whoever or whatever. You know, this person feels your energy pulling back too, right? You know, the Six of Wands here, this has a lot to do with your success and, you know, your leadership, leading the way. You're going to have victory with whatever you're doing, though. I mean, you got the Star card here, too. Walking away. You're going to have victory walking away. Yeah, you're making plans. Two of Wands here. You're making plans. You know, this Eight of Discs, this is a lot about mastering. The Six of Discs, you know, you want, this is about giving and receiving. Okay, so this is Spirit. Yeah, the World. Yeah, look at that. The World here. Yeah. The World. And, you know, I noticed that they're showing, like, the universe and, you know, Creator and all these different cards here. Like, they're supporting your decision here. Yeah, you're on the threshold here. Look, just split on threshold. You're definitely on a threshold. Okay, so that's it, Spirit. Yeah. Okay, that's all I have for you. So I hope this video finds you well. And I'm going to send you all my love and light. And yeah, I'm just, things are going to work out by all of these cards here. So I just hope that, you know, you're going to find the peace that you need and the healing you need. And everything's going to be there when you need it. It's, you know, it's going to seem like it's a happenstance, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's all in divine timing. So with that, I'm going to bid you a good day. Send you all my love and light. Bye, everyone.